2024 is here, and if you wanted to get started in cybersecurity, specifically within the security operations domain as a SOC analyst, here are 5 projects that you can do to help you become a SOC analyst. I've created videos on most of these projects, so if you want a step-by-step walkthrough, I'll be sure to put them in the comment section and down below. Let's start off with number 1, which is WASA plus SOAR implementation. This project might sound familiar to you because, well, I did introduce this in my previous video. However, if you haven't seen it yet, this project will help you gain those hands-on experience and focuses on installing and configuring your own SIEM while utilizing SOAR to complete automation tasks. You are essentially building up your own little SOC environment. The good news is that, again, I've created a 5-part series called the SOC Automation Project, where you can follow along and build this project. Your objective will be spinning up WASA and have at least one agent reporting and integrate SOAR such as Shuffle to perform basic automation. Number 2 is Windows Event Log plus ART Detection, aka Atomic Red Team. In a SOC, you will 100% be looking at some sort of Windows Event Log. Getting a head start in understanding these logs and learning how to interpret them is a huge bonus. Set up proper logging on Windows Event Logs and look into installing Atomic Red Team to perform some tests. Now, once you do those tests and have them completed, you want to then send those logs into a SIEM such as WASA or even Splunk, and then learn from it. I've created a video on how you can get started with Atomic Red Team. Your objective: spin up 2 hosts. One host will run Atomic Red Team tests, and another is going to be acting as your SIEM. You want to then ingest the logs into the SIEM and start poking around. Project number 3, spin up Security Onion plus PCAP investigation, aka packet captures. Network analysis in the SOC, specifically with PCAPs, is a skill that not many have, unfortunately. Spin up Security Onion and ingest a PCAP into it, and then begin performing your analysis. If you aren't too sure on how to investigate a PCAP or even get started with Security Onion, I'll leave my video in the comment section down below. Your objective: install and set up Security Onion. Ingest a PCAP into Security Onion and query for suspicious activity. You can get PCAPs from malwaretrafficanalysis.net. Project number 4, Microsoft 365 plus MDE implementation, aka Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. As cloud environments are becoming more prevalent in the SOC, it is a must to learn how to interpret cloud logs, especially from Microsoft. So you do want to try spinning up your own Microsoft 365 developer environment, and then install Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, as this will help you do just that: understand cloud logs. Make sure you also enable unified audit logging and then push that over to a SIEM such as Sentinel, and then query for some of those logs to see how they look like. Your objective: request for a Microsoft 365 developer environment, and then set up Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Enable unified audit logs within Microsoft 365 to review how these will look like. You can also download potential malware and see how Defender reacts to it. But please do this in a virtual machine. Number 5, set up Active Directory and detect attacks. Active Directory is the heart of many organizations, and without it, users will not be able to authenticate towards the environment. Learn how Active Directory works by researching about it, or take free Microsoft training and perform basic attacks by spinning up Kali Linux, and then do some kind of brute force attack, or even better, spin up a honeypot and add it to the domain and see what happens. In the near future, I'll create a video on exactly that. Your objective: set up either Azure Active Directory or on-prem Active Directory. You can get a free Windows Server ISO image from Microsoft on their site. Now, if you do choose to do an on-prem Active Directory, spin up Kali Linux and perform brute force attacks towards a valid domain user, and then review the activity, or even spin up a Windows honeypot that is domain joined, and then review the craziness that will happen. If you choose to spin up a honeypot, I would highly recommend you do that in the cloud for safety purposes. Again, most of these projects I have created videos for that you can follow along if you choose to do so. I have an upcoming course that I am currently building that will include a lot of different projects that will help you become a superstar in the SOC. Now, you can go ahead and watch my previous videos on the projects that I've created and see if you like what you see. If you do and are interested in the course, you can join the waitlist down below. To recap these projects, beginning with project number 1 is Waza plus SOAR implementation. Project number 2 is Windows Event Log plus ART detection. Project number 3, spin up Security Onion and do some PCAP investigation. Project number 4, Microsoft 365 plus MDE implementation. And last but not least, project number 5, set up Active Directory and detect attacks. 2024 is here, and I really want you to succeed and break into the cybersecurity field by landing a role in the security operations domain as a SOC analyst. You need to put in the work, document your steps, and showcase your work on a blog of your choosing. I'll be here to help you every step of the way. That is it for the video, and I hope you found it informative. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.